Hey guys, and welcome to Pixel Cherry Ninja's channel. It's the weekend, which means only one thing. It's time for that weekly news roundup. As always, we will begin with FPGA gaming news, the MiSTer, the Analogue Pocket, and any other FPGA gaming news out there. If you're not subscribed to the channel, then a subscription and a like is super duper appreciated, as is turning on those notification bells. If you do wish to support the channel further, guys, I do have a Patreon set up, or you can become a channel member if you like. Also, timestamps have been made available, so use those to navigate your way around the video. And don't forget to check out the sponsor of the weekly news show, Zaparoo. And guys, Zaparoo is going places. Guess what? They are not just an NFC project that lets you launch fun stuff via NFC. They are now actually a storefront in the making. Get in touch with them. I'll leave a link in the description. And if you're an indie developer, whether you are releasing games for classic legacy consoles, Mega Drive, Super Nintendo, whatever, or you're doing new style indie games, get in touch and distribute your games, your media via Zaparoo. And finally, guys, don't forget to check out London's best arcade, Free Play City. Anyway, let's see what won this week. Let's kickstart this week with some HATAITO news. So HATAITO and his team, even though it may seem they have been quiet because there haven't been many releases in like the past 5 weeks or so, but HATAITO and his team are diligently working on stuff. One of the biggest things that the team are focusing on is getting save support for the Neo Geo Pocket and the Neo Geo Pocket Color Core. In fact, they have one member of the team dedicated on working on that and nothing else. So hopefully that will come to fruition soon, and we can start playing those long games and actually saving in those. As well as that, HATAITO has been focusing on CPS3, but he's taken just a tad little break for now in order to get a release out, which is likely going to be Caliber 50, the game that you can see on the left part of your screen. Really looking forward to that. Is something that I played in the arcade. HATAITO estimates around 1 more week and we should have it. So hopefully by the time you're watching next week's video, I'll be telling you that it's out and we'll be enjoying and playing it. As well as that, HATAITO is working on continuing some of the work that Vertex started and just finishing it off in regard to the Konami cores, but in particular Sunset Riders and the arcade brawler Asterix. He's also getting some help with some of the reverse engineering work from Scuttis77, or you may know him as Ulf Scutnabber. So there's a lot of stuff happening. So even though we've not had the release, the guys are working on some big projects, and really looking forward to everything that comes out. Really looking forward to Caliber 50. But hey, I pretty much say every time we talk about CPS3, this is my most wanted core. But there's a lot of good stuff coming out as well. It'll be nice to get Asterix. That looks really good. I have got a dedicated video on the channel, guys, where we kind of look more in detail, and over here we look at all the games from the SETA or SETA hardware, and there's quite a bunch of games there. There's a big list. Some of those are from the era or from the hardware that Caliber 50 is from. So hopefully we can start seeing some additional games following on from Caliber 50. Be really cool. Whenever HATAITO tackles hardware, he usually tackles the rest of the games on that hardware. So good times ahead. Just be patient with the team. They are working on it, and hopefully, like I said, this time next week we can be enjoying Caliber 50. Yeah, let's move on. So from this side of the pond, guys, it just looks really weird. Whenever we see stuff about tariffs and that, it is just baffling. Sometimes I drive to work in the morning and I'm hearing one thing, and I drive back and yes, I'm boring, I listen to the news, I hear something completely different. So here's a tweet from Takyoron saying, I believe video game consoles now have a 0% tariff. They were 10% before this. Okay, so good news. 0% is always good, because paying 0% is excellent in any form, right? And okay, over here, well, this was fun while it lasted, so I guess it kind of just went. So I don't know what you're paying now. Are you paying 10% on like getting a MiSTer from Retro Remake? Yeah, not quite sure. Also wanted to tell you guys that I have actually had my SuperStation One delivered. I am working away from home today. Tomorrow I've got some stuff to do, but over the course of the weekend I am hoping to go straight in with a live stream. And the reason that I like doing live streams, guys, there's no hiding, right? I plug the device in. If it works brilliantly, if it works flawlessly, you see it. If there are any faults, well, you see them on the live stream, and that's what I'm going to go in first. I'll probably do an unboxing, take everything out. Once I connect it, I'm going straight in with another live stream, so make sure you tune into that. We'll put it through its paces, we'll check the memory card that it came with, and then I'm going to take the memory card out of one of my other MiSTer units, plug it in and just take it for a test drive. I think I have a camera on the device as well, so we can have a look at the analog output, and naturally I'll output via a capture card. So excited to get my SuperStation One. A bit bummed out that I'm really busy on a Friday night and I can't actually go and open the package, so I will open that package tomorrow. So excited. I've got the transparent blue one, so yeah, let's check that out over the weekend. Remember the TAITO SJ? Yeah, the TAITO System SJ from Anton Gell. This is something that Anton brought not only to the MiSTerFPGA but also to the Analogue Pocket. Now he is revisiting that core and he's got some additional games to work, and even stuff like Elevator Action that we had, it was the bootleg version that was implemented. So he has now got, well, the non-bootleg version working in some capacity, and also some additional games that weren't working before. I think it had something to do with a copyright protection on those particular boards. Well, he's revisited those, but what was interesting down here is Jason here, not sure why I'm not seeing this in the core, just did update all and my core looks like this. Is it available elsewhere? And Anton just kind of confirms, I've not released it yet, probably this weekend. So I'm filming this on a Friday. It'll be really nice if we get this on a Saturday or a Sunday or even later, but it looks like a release is imminent for the additional games that aren't available right now. Remember the name Rodimus FVC. This is the developer that debuted with a game called Tutankhamun for the MiSTerFPGA. I probably butchered the name, but I'm going by memory here, right? Not only have they released an additional game, they've released additional games. So they have gone on to do what you're seeing on screen here, Juno first, as well as that they have worked on, and I think they released, well, they're available on GitHub. I'm not sure if all of them are available via update tool, but we've got Juno first, what you're seeing on screen here. Then we've got a game called Blueprint. Then we've got a game called Saturn, and then we've got a game called Grasspin. I'm not showing you all of them now, but yeah, I do have a dedicated video on my channel. I'm actually using part of that video where you can have a look at all of the games in action. Absolutely superb. Love getting new talent, and this guy is just on fire. Also want to point out that they have set up a Ko-fi, so if you do want to buy them a burrito, well, guess what, you can. Oh, here we go. That's the second game there, Blueprint. So interesting stuff. Early 80s, I always say it's before my era, but I love all these preservation efforts, and I'd love to see them release stuff for the Analogue Pocket as well, because I know some of the older guys have the Analogue Pocket and they would love to have their arcade experience right in their pocket. So good stuff, Rodimus. Keeping an eye on what you're doing. Keep up the awesomeness. This is one of the cores that when it gets an update, I love doing videos or even better live streams, checking out like the new features and the new improvements. So this is the CDi core for the MiSTerFPGA. It's currently an unstable build, so we've received an unstable update. Now I haven't bundled this with the rest of the unstables. I wanted to do this kind of separate, so this is in there separately, but it is getting massive updates. Yes, the CDi isn't a great system. There's not that many great games for it, but it's a marvel that it's working on the MiSTer, and I especially like watching VCDs on it, man, on my PVM. It just looks absolutely superb. So the developer Andre Zeps, or better known as, I kind of know him as Slammy, he's always making improvements, and here's just some of them here. I won't read all of it, but FMV added support for MPEG frame synced register updates, and the sub points down there. FMA fixed regression with timing of buffer underflow IRQ, fixed auto timing of DTS register, fixed timing of frame events and parameters, add support for midstream sequence parameters change, and there you go. There's a lot of stuff there, guys, but this guy is absolutely smashing it. Slammy is smashing it, and if you haven't checked out the CDi core, do check it out. Yes, it's janky. It's got the worst Zelda game on there, probably the worst Mario game on there. In fact, if you play the Zelda game first, the Mario game actually begins to feel good, but it's a lot of like movie-based games on there, and it is fun to check out. So interesting seeing this. Let's see how my schedule is like next week, and if I've got like an opening in between other stuff, I definitely want to check this out, either in a video or a live stream. But yeah, CDi getting improvements from a dedicated developer. So I showed this off on the channel before. I'm a big fan of Todd Gill and his work, and I really think he's done a fantastic job with this. So this is, I like to call it the MiSTer Mini Arcade, but you can run a Raspberry Pi in it. In fact, you can probably run a number of things in there as long as it can fit in there, but a MiSTer would be the best. Now he's using, or Todd is using, a MiSTer Pi in here, and everything is powered via one USB Type-C power supply. The MiSTer the screen, the speakers, everything. It's just working. It looks absolutely freaking amazing. And Todd went on to improve what you're seeing here by making the sides a little bit wider, so you've got resting space on the left-hand side of the stick. Absolutely amazing if you don't have a lot of space, but you want an arcade experience and you feel like that giant in an arcade. Absolutely fantastic, good stuff here. But since I did that video, do check out the video on the channel. What has Todd done over here? So Todd is showing off some other stuff here as well. So what's really good is everything is stuck together with magnets. So the screen, you can literally pull it and go from normal mode to TAITO mode, but you can have, or you can put this controller on there with a spinner on it. So absolutely fantastic, very, very modular, very, very changeable, and it just works. It looks absolutely fantastic. Now, Todd isn't sure at this moment in time whether he's going to produce a limited amount and sell those. Maybe it's going to be highly limited. Or if he's just gonna like sell the 3D file so you can print it, get the screen, get the parts yourself and make it yourself. I'm encouraging Todd, saying, look, Todd, you should make this. The video that I did on it only received positive feedback. People were like, wow, take my money, this is amazing. Everything that I've seen on social media, Discord and X just looks absolutely well. Everyone's really, really impressed with it. So it'd be really nice to see this. Todd, release this to the masses. Absolutely fantastic. Different control panels, whether you're using a trackball, a spinner. He also shows that rotary stick. I can't remember the people that make it, but you know, you can play games like Akari Warriors with that, Midnight Resistance, etc. And then you've got like your normal stick. You've got different control panels with different buttons, 6 buttons for the Street Fighter type games, 2 or 3 buttons. Guys, it's really good. I can go on about this all day. It just looks fantastic. Looking forward to seeing exactly what Todd does with this. This looks interesting. Now, I've always kind of said that I thought the MiSTer MultiSystem 2 looked kind of ugly, right? But I have to say, with a bit of makeup on, it's like, you know, sometimes you see someone and you think, oh, you're not too attractive, and the next day they slap on a whole bunch of makeup and all of a sudden they are attractive. And I think this is what the MiSTer MultiSystem 2 has done over here. And they're saying experimenting with some custom colors, special editions for MiSTer MultiSystem 2. Let us know what you think. What colors would you like to see available? Now, I'm colorblind, I always point it out, but I can see like blue and red there, and they look really, really good. Now, if I had a MiSTer MultiSystem 2 rather than a standard black one, I would much rather have one of these colors. The colors are so darn good, it makes an ugly product look good. So absolutely, yeah, good stuff this. Let's check this out. Let's make it a little bit bigger. But there you go. It looks looks nice, man. I like these colors. Let me know what you guys think. We know this is a good product. It performs really, really well. But yeah, man, now it's looking even prettier. Sometimes it's not just the inside that counts, no matter what they tell you. And what's really cool over here, I asked them, these look nice, are these highly limited? The MiSTerFPGA Discord server, an absolutely awesome place to hang out. Well, they do these challenges where they pick a game that is playable on the MiSTerFPGA, whether it's an arcade game, whether it's a computer game, a console game, and they choose that game, and guess what? Everyone goes head to head in a challenge, usually a high score challenge or specific conditions that must be met. They're actually hosted by Mr. Walrus over here, and once in a while I like to give it a shout. And I mainly give it a shout when they do a game that I actually like. So the next challenge on MiSTerFPGA Discord is Shinobi, the arcade classic. Single credit score challenge on default settings. Start now and goes until March the 8th. Have fun. And guys, Shinobi is a freaking classic arcade game. It's one of the best out there. It is amazing. I still like playing it. I love Shadow Dancer even more, the sequel. And here's the really, really cool thing. Even though it's preferred that you play this on a MiSTerFPGA, you don't have to play it on a MiSTerFPGA. You can play it on original hardware if you so choose. You can play it on an emulator. You can play it on the Analogue Pocket. Play this wherever the heck you want. Play the arcade version, get involved. It's a lot of fun. It's really, really cool. Like, guys, you see people post scores on there, and if you think, oh man, I used to rock on this game back in the day, well, get back on it, start playing it, post your high scores, get involved. I do enter these once in a while, and if I do get a chance, oh man, time is so limited these days, but if I do get a chance and I get some free time, I will do a Shinobi run. In fact, if I do the SuperStation One live stream, during that live stream, I might just go for a Shinobi one. Shinobi rhymes with Obi-Wan. I might go for a Shinobi run live on stream and just post my scores straight up there during the stream. So get involved, it's freaking fun. You're probably asking yourself, what the heck does Barbie Supermodel have to do with this? Well, Absolutely nothing. In this part of the video, we're talking about the unstable updates and the test builds that have been made available for the MiSTerFPGA. Now, the CDi has one, and we kind of covered that earlier, but as well as that, the MiSTer operating system has received multiple updates in the last week. I think at least 3. The Super Nintendo has received 2 updates. That's why we're seeing Barbie, Super Nintendo, Supermodel, and the PlayStation has also received an update. No secret here, I'm a big fan of Zaparoo and have been for a long time. I remember it when it was Tap 2, but due to legal reasons, they had to change the name to Zaparoo. It wasn't anything dodgy, it's just there was another company that got there first with the name Tap 2. So Zaparoo it is. But what's really cool over here, let's just check out this post over on Metal Game Solid from my buddy Anime Otaku. Absolutely amazing. So Zaparoo is getting big, guys, and this, especially if you're an indie game developer, guys, get in touch with Zaparoo, right? We live in an era where everything is digital. That's how we get stuff. Don't get me wrong, I haven't got much against digital. I like digital. I don't have the space for the physical thing, so I'm generally buying digital games apart from like the Nintendo Switch 2, even though I'm buying those darn key cards and I'll still have to do a digital download. So what's cool over here, as well as just launching stuff off NFC, you're getting the feeling of buying something tangible, something physical. So let's say you're an indie developer, you put your game on the Zaparoo marketplace. Now you have a couple of options. You can either download it digitally, and it should be available to download straight onto your MiSTerFPGA if it's a game for a device that's supported by the MiSTerFPGA. If it's a new indie game for the PC, then you can trigger it and it will launch onto like your PC or whatever device that you're using, right? Absolutely amazing. So looking forward to this. I think this is a genius idea. Not genius with a J, but genius properly with a G. So Anime Otaku says, Wizzo has just pushed one of the most interesting updates to Zaparoo yet. The platform can now download and install games directly via NFC. Instead of just launching ROMs already stored on your MiSTer, a tap can now trigger a full download and automatic install. The first rollout features 10 Atari Jaguar homebrew titles from Reboot Games, including 5 free games and 5 demos. Guys, developers out there, get in on this on the ground up. I'm sure Wizzo's got some really good introductory offers, but get your games on this platforms. This could be the next revolution, right? Because what have we got now? We've got stuff like itch.io. Now, from what I hear from developers that put stuff on itch.io, it's always like they're not paying us on time. This is someone that's been developing stuff free for the community for a long time. They have got this platform, and if you can support a brother out, then support a brother out. Just get your games on there. It's not going to cost you anything, and you may get extra sales. But what's really cool is you can buy them digitally, or you can buy a physical card, or I mean, it's not limited just by cards. You can make a physical statue, put an NFC token in there, make it amiibo style, make whatever the heck you want, and then you buy that, and that is essentially your game, which is a token that will get you that game. I'm really excited about this, and I just wish, what the hell's wish? I wish the Zaparoo guys, especially Wizzo, all the best with this going forward. So this is big. So retro and homebrew creators can now use Zaparoo as a distribution platform, offering digital delivery through Zaparoo Online, physical NFC cards with printed artwork, or both. The vision is simple: buy or receive a card, tap it, and the game installs like real physical media. If you're developing retro or FPGA homebrew and want your game distributed this way, Wizzo is actively looking for partners. Check the publish page on Zaparoo or reach out directly at partnership@zaparoo.com. So guys, check this out. This is super interesting. This can lead to so many darn good things. So just remember where you heard it first, right? And Zaparoo, Wizzo, remember me when you become a multi-millionaire. Good news here, Analogue keep pushing out those firmware updates to make that user experience better. And the biggest thing with this one is you can tweak an option or set an option in your settings that will let you boot your cartridge straight out. As soon as you turn your Analogue 3D on, your cartridge will boot straight into game. It just means you bypass the menu and all that stuff, or library, whatever the heck it is. So really, really good. Go get this now and try it out. There's other stuff in there as well. There's a whole list of changes, but the biggest one, at least for me, is the fact that you can just boot straight from cartridge, as well as that you can power off from the system menu. So you can go in, bring up the menu, whether you're in game or whether you're in the operating system, and power off from there, which is really, really handy. You know, if you're lying in bed, you're playing, you've got a setup like that, you've got a controller next to you, it's just nice to go turn off and go straight to sleep without leaving your Analogue 3D on all night. As well as that, virtual controller back, game configuration and playtime are now saved if 3D is powered off during gameplay. So there you go, interesting stuff there. Auto overclock behavior has been improved, as well as OS visual polish. This popped up on my feed, on my X feed, and it led me to this post from Retro Dodo, and this is something that they are showing. Now, I couldn't go to the original source of this because it was from a Facebook post. I've never used Facebook in my life, and I don't intend to start now. So, Modder creates portable display cartridge for Analogue 3D. It looks interesting, nice color of the Analogue 3D there, and they've got a cartridge, they've got a cartridge with a screen plugged in. And there you go, you can see GoldenEye running over there, and here you go, GoldenEye down there as well. So this is really interesting. Now, this cart can't have lots and lots of games on it, so you have to be selective with what you can take. I guess it's like taking your Nintendo 64 back in the day to your friend's house, and you pick like 5 carts or whatever it is with you. I don't know what it'll be like trying to play 4-player Mario Kart, and that the screen might be too small even for 1 player, but either way, it's a very, very interesting concept. And if this is a way, or you didn't have a screen around, or you wanted to pack it and take it with you, it's a very viable solution. So good stuff there. Nice article from Retro Dodo, and this is the guy here, Kyle Abru, but like I said, I couldn't click on his post because it was Facebook, and I don't use it, and it keeps trying to get me to log in. Well guys, it's been a minute, and yeah, I think I'm gonna do it. I haven't done it for a while. The Analogizer, hey, since February the 24th, 2026, tariffs for Analogizer. Orders shipped to the USA have decreased from 15 to 10%. So hopefully that still stands, because earlier when we had a look at the tacky one, it seemed like it was all over the place. But hopefully, if you want to get yourself an Analogizer, you can do, and the tariffs make a little bit more sense. We've been looking at this for the past few weeks, and Tamariel has been working on a 386 FPGA core, and they've made some really, really good progress. And you can see over here, so milestone protected mode is now mostly implemented. Real mode was completed end of January. Still ahead, hardware interrupts, FPGA validation, cleanup plus optimization, large programs, and Doom. Hey, awesome. Right, okay, so Norton Commander running on new 386 FPGA core, 2.4 MHz sim speed. Interrupts, disk IO, and VGA techs are all up and running. Now working on GemX extended memory manager. Some protected mode corner cases remain. After that is actual FPGA. So good stuff here from Zaparoo. What's interesting here is Hervieux comes in and says, hey, what's your plan for MiSTerFPGA core? The current PC one uses a compatible CPU, whereas yours would be genuine, so it's very appealing. So good stuff there. Another one here from Hervieux, having a 1-to-1 386 on MiSTerFPGA would be absolutely awesome for retro computing. These projects push the limits of preservation and joy for all of us. So good work there from Tamariel, absolutely awesome. Here's a tweet from ModRetro talking about the M64, and the tweet reads, M64 is now in mass production. And they kind of linked a part of a video, or they've uploaded a part of a video where the owner, Palmer Lucky, the owner of ModRetro, is speaking to these guys here, and he's talking about the ModRetro and saying that yes, it's in mass production and they are building, or stockpiling, would stockpiling be the right word, but either way, they want to build lots and lots before they release them, because they don't want a shortage. They want everyone that wants an M64 to be able to get one. So there you go, that's the latest with the M64. Yo, for any of my older peeps that are out there, look at this, right? So Cassette Cover Generator version 0.2.0 is live. Create print-ready cassette inlay covers for your NFC cards. Import artwork from file or URL, tweak colors, export in seconds, right? So this is a Windows app. Now, one thing that Anime Otaku does is he makes making stuff very easy. It just makes it very user friendly. It's literally drag and drop usually to make stuff easy. Now, some of you younger guys may not remember cassettes, audio cassettes. They were around, guys. The TDK 60s, the TDK 90s, and yes, we used to record songs from the radios when we couldn't afford the albums as kids. So now you can have those cassette cases, you can have games to match, and you can put NFC cards in there, your tokens in there, and you can have like that physical feel. So really good stuff there. Guys, I'm gonna go something about a cassette here. Did anyone ever do this? Like when I was a kid, I used to live on like the 4th floor. And what we used to do is we used to like break a cassette when it was broken, and we used to chuck it out the window and like connect a little bit to our window, and you could see the tape like flying down, hit the ground, and people would kind of walk into it. And we would laugh to that as kids. Anyway, getting off point, let's have a look at more of Anime Otaku stuff here. I think there's another picture here. There you go, Sonic the Hedgehog. So you can have it like that. And if you know cassettes, up until here, that's the front. This line down here is the spine, and that's part of the back where you would have part of the cassette visible over here. So interesting stuff. Love the work that Anime does. We just may be living in that golden era of retro gaming, because we get decomps, we get recomps, and guess what? Then we get native PC ports. There's a lot of Nintendo 64 games that I am playing on the PC, and hands down, they're the best way to play those games. Guys, I'd love to see one for Rogue Squadron. Someone out there, do a decomp, recomp PC port of Rogue Squadron, but for now I'll take what I get, an F0X. The decomp is 97.10% done. So looking forward to this, can't wait for this to get recompiled and turned into a PC port. Absolutely fantastic, really enjoying Mario Kart, and I absolutely love the Star Fox recomp. So yippee-ki-yay, good times ahead. So guys, that about wraps it up for this week. I really do hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, then a subscription and a like is always super duper appreciated. Be freaking awesome to one another, guys. This is Pixel Cherry Ninja